In the early hours of July 16, 2024, at Forest Lake's Lakeside Veterans Memorial Park, a lingering feud ignited into organized violence. According to the complaint, 20-year-old Dylan Simmons texted Devon Va to come fight, summoning two groups that arrived already armed: bats, hammers, a crowbar, and at least one knife visible on video. The clash surged, ebbed, and began to disperse. That de-escalation ended the moment Simmons re-entered his car. Dash angles and witness statements converge on the same sequence. He accelerates to the cluster, narrowly misses several people by inches, shunts a parked vehicle hard enough to brush one person's leg and nearly crush another foot, then reverses and drives forward again. The second surge tracks directly through 17-year-old Darisha Bailey Voth, Devon's sister, who was struck and run over by both axles.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Where are you shot?
Oh! Oh! I got that on camera!
You gotta go, bro. You gotta go.
Responders arrive within minutes. CPR and advanced life support are attempted on scene for a patient with catastrophic polytrauma and head injury. She does not survive.
First, like 34, CPR in progress.
No, please. Oh, please.
Stay with me.
Here, I'm gonna switch out with you, okay?
Simmons flees briefly, returns after a phone call with someone still at the park, and tells officers he knew he hit her. Surveillance video forms the backbone of charging, upgraded to second-degree murder without intent, plus 3 counts of second-degree assault.
A family in Forest Lake is grieving the loss of a 17-year-old girl.
Police say that someone intentionally hit and killed her during a fight at a park this weekend. 20-year-old Dylan Simmons appeared in court for the first time today after Washington County prosecutors charged him with third-degree murder and vehicular homicide.
In December 2024, a jury convicts on second-degree murder without intent, criminal vehicular homicide, and multiple assaults. He's acquitted on intentional murder. Sentencing is set for March 2025, with a statutory exposure up to 4 decades. For the family, the legal outcome cannot reverse a loss. A 17-year-old preparing for graduation, planning veterinary studies, gone in seconds because an escalation provocation, arming vehicular use as a weapon, was allowed to spin past the point of control. Modern rollaway failures typically involve at least one of 3 conditions. 1. Automatic transmissions left in a detent that isn't fully parked. 2. Handbrake set but with insufficient clamp force. Or 3. Static hold defeated by slope plus minor vibrations. Countermeasures are simple and layered. Wheels chalked on grades, steering pointed into the curb when downhill or away when uphill, and brakes set while the service brake is still depressed to trap higher line pressure. Quick diagnostic after parking. Release the foot brake and watch for creep before anyone exits. Muskingum County, August 2023. A partner can't reach 66-year-old Thomas Weedle returns to his unit and describes classic forced entry theater. Drawers raked open, items tossed, a bedroom light left burning, a hurried flame of masked men, and a near doorway shootout. But the evidence refuses the script. In the rear, Tom is found dead, wrapped deliberately in a comforter cocooned inside trash bags, seams cinched with duct tape, with Velcro straps nearby consistent with pulling a heavy load across carpet. Nothing important is missing. Cash equivalents, firearms, and electronics are still there. That absence of theft, paired with thoughtful wrapping, flags staging not burglary. Detectives moved to time anchoring. The medical examiner estimates time of death within a 4-hour band around late evening. Parallel digital forensics map phone movements. Tom's device stops pinging at home. Deborah's and Johnny's travel to Blackhand Gorge and keep moving through the night. Camera canvassing finds no masked pair arriving or leaving.
Contact Tom. I texted him. I called him. And I never heard back, which was weird.
Well, Tom was shot and killed.
Trace work returns hard edges. Deborah's DNA saturates the tape adhesive. Plastic bag seams in Velcro pile. Hair shafts embedded in adhesive tie handling to her body, not some phantom assailant. Firearm forensics link Tom's .22 to both his fatal head wound and the non-fatal round through Deborah's thigh, converting her "I wrestled a gun" into a self-wounding narrative lever. Then browser history speaks. Queries about gunshot residue, persistence, and removal in the days before the homicide. Financials add motive pressure. Joint funds depleted, spoofed bank investigator calls, forged-looking notifications attempting to pre-explain looming questions. Investigators also pick at cover stories. The night away, the gorge walk, the retrieval of a backpack, the sudden unreachable Tom claim. Each piece lands against telemetry and comes up short. Ultimately, the case's power is procedural. Crime scene staging can confuse first responders, but adhesive ridges, hair and tape, phone travel paths, and ballistics don't respect stories. Fraser's plea, murder with firearm spec, tampering, abuse of a corpse, and consecutive time reflect a court acknowledging intent and post-event manipulation. This isn't a whodunit. It's a demonstration of how modern casework turns a performance back into a timeline and dismantles a lie at its load-bearing joints.
We've had a terrible accident here. Henry just got taken by a crocodile.
Oh, damn it. Oh, Henry.
Crocodile. Crocodile.
The Luapula-Lualaba system is apex predator water where visibility is near zero. Banks are armored with basket rocks and the food chain ends with Crocodilus niloticus. On December 7, 2010, South African expedition leader Henry Coetzee, renowned for first descents and war zone logistics, guides Americans Ben Stooksbury and Chris Korbelik through a narrow reach as rain flattens the surface.
Henry up there not only with the greatest kayakers of all time, but the greatest explorers of all time, people that you only read about in books.
Local briefings had been explicit. Conflict-era disposals put human remains in these rivers for years. Crocodiles habituated to human prey.
This is the start of the supermarket. It's very narrow, the water's flowing slowly, lots of rocks for crocs to bake on. I don't think I've ever gone through here without a charge.
So the supermarket is where the crocs hang out in order to feed. You're the food in their supermarkets.
Nile crocodiles are huge. They can be up to 20 feet long, and they'll hunt you.
There was a lot of talk about risk, from having clean water all the way to dangerous wildlife in the river.
When Ben was given the rare chance to go, he prepared for the worst case scenarios. But how do you prepare yourself for the loss of a close friend?
Be coming down, just going across there.
Well, the thing is, nobody's told us that we can't do it.
With Henry as their guide, the trio began their 2-month-long expedition. Their starting point was Uganda, where they'd paddle through the White Nile in Murchison Falls National Park. Then, their journey would take them to a more turbulent region along the Ruzizi River, which marks the border between the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda, where decades of bloody battles have only added to the danger of a region that's also full of apex predators. Eventually, they'd end up in the Lukuga River, where they'd press on for another 700 miles before reaching the end of their journey.
It's gorgeous out right now. Jeez.
Doesn't adjust.
Everything's gone great. Had a beautiful time. I think everyone's super stoked we took the chance, but hopefully we walk away from this with just good memories. And remember, kids, Don't cross international borders at home.
The trio tightens formation in a constricted 60-meter channel, alternating strokes to avoid paddle clashes. Several large crocs slide off rocks and vanish. Seconds matter. A massive head, described later as the largest seen on the trip, erupts beside Coetzee, clamps and disappears in one movement.
We've had a terrible accident here. Henry just got taken by a crocodile.
God damn it. Oh. Damn it. Oh, Henry. Fuck.
The crocodile took him right out of his boat.
Hey, no. Wait. Just wait. No. I saw the whole thing happen. You saw it come out of the water. It was big.
I mean, his head was half the size of that kayak.
It was massive.
It got him by the shoulder.
Yeah, it was just like, it was right up.
There is no chance for countermeasures. A T-rescue or strike with a paddle is meaningless against a 700-kilogram ambush predator. The team executes the only rational protocol left: withdraw to shore, seek local assistance, and avoid further entries into the water. Villagers refuse river entry, consistent with long, lethal experience. Coetzee's body is never recovered. The incident underscores three expedition realities. 1. Crocodile risk is not abstract in certain basins. It is a primary hazard equal to hydraulics. 2. Tight pod paddling reduces single boat isolation but cannot defeat point-blank ambush. 3. Local intel about predation history is not folklore. Operational plans must adapt: bank scouting, portages, and hard no-go zones. Even when it threatens objectives, Coetzee's death is not a puzzle. It's the expected edge case in a corridor where crocs own the rule set and humans are temporary intruders. Dynamic rides impose alternating tensile compressive loads with high cycle counts. Without periodic non-destructive evaluation UTMTET, microcracks at stress risers, weld toes, keyways, shaft shoulders grow subvisibly until a sudden rupture. A credible postmortem should include hardness mapping to spot bad heat treatment, fracture surface reading, metallography, and bolt preload audits on the swing yoke. If redundancy isn't designed in secondary support straps or catches, a primary brake equals ground impact. Public transparency of findings is itself a safety control. Secrecy guarantees recurrence elsewhere. Bokito, a silverback western lowland gorilla, hand-reared after maternal rejection, arrived in the Netherlands with two unusual factors for a zoo primate: intense human habituation and high social intelligence. In 2007, repeated visitor behavior, especially prolonged direct eye contact from a frequent guest, mapped in gorilla logic as provocation rather than bonding.
Ja, wacht even. We kijken wat dan. Toch niet? Ja, baby. Gaat hij nou niet aanvallen of zo? Nee hoor. Maar we hebben gewoon aandacht voor hem. Ja, aandacht. Nou, dan doet hij zo. Oh, mag ik die
Doe toch geen pijn wat hij doet?
Nee, dat is zo sterk. Ik denk dat
Nou, kijk eens.
Wat zie je dat gezicht?
On May 18, stimuli stack. Children throw objects, crowds bunch along the viewing edge, and Bokito's arousal cues escalate. He clears the water barrier with a leap and scrambles the rock face. Routes previously assessed is unlikely, then moves with purpose toward the visitor whose gaze behavior he recognizes. The attack is not exploratory. He seizes, drags, and bites, inflicting more than 100 wound sites before staff sedatives take effect. While terrified patrons stampede from the cafe terrace, the victim survives. Post-incident controls get unusually concrete. Public campaigns against eye contact, Bokito-proof glasses to reduce direct gaze, and enclosure audits for routes that human designers did not anticipate. The lesson is ethological, not sensational. Primates read eyes, posture, and distance as language. Repeated friendly staring in a captive context translates to threat. Engineering can raise walls and widen moats, but visitor behavior remains a critical part of the safety system. Violate the species' social grammar, and the glass is only as secure as a first overlooked foothold.
Not like here. From here. Left. Quick, 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 quick. Run.
Vehicle-mounted cranes are rated by load charts that assume outriggers deployed on firm level pads, real streets at camber, manhole voids, and soft verges. Slewing with a suspended container shifts the resultant beyond the outrigger polygon, causing soft roll. Pre-lift checks should verify bubble levels within tolerance. Outrigger pads on spreader plates, not bare asphalt. Boom angle and radius within chart, and zero pedestrians inside the swing envelope. A competent person should serve as banksman with whistle signals and authority to abort. If you ever see a boom slewed over a public footway without pads or barriers, that's already a reportable near miss. Scully's early public mask is a familiar one, holding companies to development pattern, pitch timelines, confident returns. In practice, the builds don't exist. The investor capital is diverted and regulators begin assembling a ledger of deception exceeding 100 charged acts. When scrutiny tightens, he exports himself to Manila, selecting a geography where poverty lowers resistance. Intermediaries can be bought or fooled, and enforcement seams are wider. The skill crossover is direct. Social engineering honed on investors becomes grooming on the vulnerable. Entity layering designed to hide funds becomes infrastructure to compartmentalize abuse. And the practice lie, said smoothly to auditors, becomes the same calm denial to victims and associates. Witness accounts from before departure already hinted at cruelty. Punishment by humiliation, coercive control framed as partnership. In the Philippines, he expands the toolkit. Front businesses in rentals and land, network of local fixers, funds routed through cross-border accounts that hop jurisdictions to frustrate tracebacks. He reads motives precisely, promising status to the ambitious, money to the desperate, and legitimacy to anyone who needs to believe he is what his brochure said in Melbourne. Investigations slowly knit across borders. Financial intelligence units track money. NGOs and social services surface patterns. Survivors describe method and timeline, and police align dates, properties, and the cast of accomplices. The case ultimately becomes an anatomy lesson in predation at scale. Individual malice riding structural weaknesses. Scully's arc is less fall than gradient. Greed and control escalating as opportunities multiply. His eventual arrest is not just personal accountability, it's proof that when information silos crack open, patterns that look like noise resolve into a target.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And then Katie, I think that was your first time seeing the video, right?
That was.
Yeah.
I'm so glad he's okay.
Crocodilians can burst 0 to 12 miles per hour in a second within their strike cone. The safety margin isn't distance, it's geometry. Professionals set up, use slip-resistant surfacing, COF greater than or equal to 0.8 wet. A designated commit line never crossed during feeding. 2 handler protocols, one throws, one watches the animal, and a pre-planned lateral egress, not rearward retreat. Volunteers should never feed headline specimens. If they do, PPE and a spotter with a barrier board are minimums. Every feed is a behavior mod session. Toss timing and trajectory shape the animal's target fixation. The turkey redirected drive here. Without it, the lunge path was the handler's shin. Crib Gawk is a grade 1 scramble only on paper. In practice, it demands mountaineering judgment, route finding, exposure tolerance, and strict time control. Craig and his friend Chris commit to the knife edge late in the day after a draining approach. Fatigue, rising wind, and compressing daylight combine into the classic error chain. On terrain like this, easy detours often traverse friable ledges on the north side. The psychological relief of stepping off the crest trades clear handholds for unstable blocks.
Okay guys, we're back out on another adventure. Me and Chris, we've travelled up to Snowdonia. Just took about 3.5 hours to get here. And we're just setting off. It's just coming up 2:45. The plan is to take on the mighty Crib, up to the summit, back down the miner's track, and camp by one of the lakes.
Video shows deliberate but slowed movement, camera pauses, and mountain comments about gusts and loose rock. Objective warnings.
Okay guys, we're on the knife edge. It's a bit windy, it's a bit airy, but you know what? Fucking hell. It is actually. Don't want to fall off here. Huh? Oh, fucking hell. I may have to stop filming because if my family see this, they're gonna tell me off. Definitely. But God alive, guys. What a place. What a place. Right, let's get over the ridge. God, you say you don't want to fall up here. Up, I say, as I trip. Okay. Whose idea was this? Oh God, I gotta drop that side. Whew. Okay, we're good again. Ooh, that was a bit airy.
They complete the crest and transition toward the main path beneath MYUU, a zone where it's overthinking commonly drops guard. The slip here is not a stumble, it's a tumbling fall down broken, steep ground.
In all fairness to Chris, when we got to the turn off for Crib Golf or staying on the easy track then up to the summit, even though he was starting to struggle, I said to him we can take the easy option. Don't have to do Crib, we can come back in summer on a day trip and do it. But no, he wanted to tackle it. He didn't want to come all this way and not do it. Right, I'm going to put the camera away for this bit because he looks a bit of a bugger. Okay guys, still going strong. Still going strong. Chris is just making his way over to me. Yes, that's what we've just come across. It's scarier up close, honestly. I think this is the last climb now. And then it's just climbing off the rocks down onto one of the paths. Oh, okay now. Okay guys, I think that's the worst of it over. I ain't gonna even attempt that. That looks like a tough climb. I'm gonna cut round the side here. That looks a more sensible option there. Wind's getting up, clouds coming down, and that looks a tough climb. And I'm not fancying it now. Oh, do I? No. Not when as I'm walking with bits of blood all over the rocks. That's not a good sign either. That's a bit scary. Where's Chris gone? We've lost him. Keep stopping and taking photos. Oh, Okay guys, that's the knife edge complete, crib cock complete. Just gotta go down this little, spin you around. Just gotta get down there. And then we're on to the main path.
Chris falls a significant distance and does not survive. The mountain offers the same verdict to hundreds each decade. Grade, weather window, and daylight are not suggestions.
It wasn't long after that sadly Chris took a bit of a slip or a fall that resulted in him falling quite a significant distance, and sadly Chris succeeds. Trying to get my words out. Chris's injuries he couldn't recover from, so sadly Chris lost his life on Snowdonia on the Sunday the 24th of March. So as you can imagine, myself and his family and anybody who knew Chris are completely devastated by this tragic loss. And yeah, I really don't know what to say. Just rest in peace, buddy, until we meet again. Fly high.
Mitigations that matter most on Crib Goch are unglamorous, start times that put the crest in full light, hard turnaround rules, 3 points of contact movement, and willingness to downclimb instead of cutting around on unknown ledges. The ridge is unforgettable for 2 reasons: its beauty and its refusal to forgive lapses once fatigue sets in. The narrative that calcified. Dozens watched a woman die and did nothing is tidy, memorable, and partly wrong. The actual night is jagged. Just after 3 a.m. in March 1964, Winston Mosley stabs 28-year-old Kitty Genovese on Austin Street. Her cry carries up building shafts. Lights switch on. Someone yells. Mosley withdraws. To many ear witnesses, the immediate threat appears to end. Kitty staggers toward a vestibule, out of line of sight. No modern emergency number exists. Calls route poorly. Uncertainty blooms. Mosley returns, now inside a dim foyer, and finishes the crime. Later, a front-page headline atomizes dozens of partial observations and sounds into 37 who saw murder didn't call, a phrase that does moral work in sermons and psych lectures, but compresses nuance out of the record. Kevin Cook and other researchers restore contour. There were some attempts to summon police. There were shouts. There were people who misunderstood what they heard. The absence of a single well-advertised emergency access point mattered. Out of that gap came a concrete reform, 911, arguably the most meaningful legacy of the case. The psychology born from the simplified telling, the bystander effect, still frames real human behavior under ambiguity, diffusion of responsibility, pluralistic ignorance, fear of misreading the scene, but treating neighbors as caricatures erases the ones who tried and let systems off the hook. The durable lesson is dual. Cultivate individual courage to act decisively under uncertainty and build infrastructure that lowers the cost of action. Remembering Kitty accurately corrects the record without softening the imperative. Her name should stand for the tragedy she endured and the systems we built, so the next person who hears a scream can do something that reliably triggers off. A static courtyard camera records a mother on a bench with a stroller when a small figure drops from an upper story and impacts the paving. Debate later tries to recast the object as a bag. Motion profile and terminal posture make that reading untenable. The clip's second shock is human. Bystanders lock up, then drift away. Freeze and flight are documented responses. Moral judgment does not change first aid physics. Falls from multi-story height require immediate airway check, massive bleeding control, and spinal precautions, while someone else calls emergency services with precise address and entry instructions. Windows left cracked for ventilation, unsecured insect screens, and furniture placed beneath sills combine into ladders for unsupervised youngsters. Standard prevention in high-rise settings is plain. Window guards rated to resist outward force, stops at cap opening width, and a clear zone by sills with nothing climbable. Online outrage does not rewind the seconds that mattered. Controlled, simple actions do. The unsettling truth the video exposes is not only the fall, but the gap between witnessing and intervening. A gap that training and habit can narrow before there is someone on the pavement.
Châu giật ôi cái mấy đảo cái chú mạnh cái đợt Covid chú mạnh là ôi chết rồi mạnh quá mình lùi đi nhanh không có bình tĩnh không sao ôi giời ôi leo thôi không nổi ôi giời ôi báo cho ai đi.
Flood scour undermines abutments and piers by removing supporting soil. Once embedment depth is compromised, bearings misalign and girders shift until shear keys fail. Warning signs civilians can spot: deck undulations, spalled concrete around bearings, visible rebar, scouring pits at piers, and debris rafts hammering upstream faces. During and after typhoons, assume low water bridges in older rural spans are at risk even if the deck looks dry. Heaviest vehicles should knock you on midspan. Spacing reduces live load. If authorities haven't posted closures, local knowledge still rules. Turn around if the river is brown, fast, and carrying timbers or propane bottles. Mesa, January 2016. Officers form a firing line down a La Quinta hallway, muzzles up behind a stack of shouted directives. The precipitating call, a rifle silhouette at a window, turns out to be a pellet gun for pest work, but in the corridor it's still a gun until proven otherwise. The audio tells you almost everything about human limits. Shaver is told to lay his fingers behind his head, cross his ankles, look down, crawl forward, never drop his hands even if he loses balance, and not to pull up his slipping athletic shorts. Those demands are mutually stressing. You can't maintain high hands, knee crawl, and fight gravity without corrective micro movements. Add alcohol, adrenaline tremor, echoing commands, and the ever-present threat. One mistake and you may be shot, and you have a compliance maze with a lethal fail-state.
Get on the ground, both of you! Lay down on the ground! Lay down on the ground!
Training questions radiate from this moment. Why not resolve with a simple prone hands out, then team approach to cuff undercover? Why deliver cascading precision motor commands to a frightened, intoxicated person whose proprioception is degraded? Why frame the encounter so any correction for clothing reads as draw? When he reaches to hit shorts, ambiguous motion at waistline, 5 rounds ended. The jury clears the shooter. Civil litigation and public debate persist. Policy circles now examine instruction design, simple, sequential, achievable, decision points for hands-on resolution, and how to separate threat cues from normal human balancing behavior. Shaver's case is a reminder that procedures are neutral. The set of commands chosen can either de-risk the scene or build an obstacle course that collapses ordinary movement into perceived hostility. The video is hard to watch not just because of the outcome, but because you can see the system creating conditions where perfection is required and humanity guarantees imperfection. 10 kilometers off Port Augusta, a solo kayak angler drifts on the Spencer Gulf when a white shark breaches at paddle range and redirects to slow circles beneath the hull. The behavior reads as investigative, not immediately predatory, but the risk is the same. A plastic sit on top can be rolled or holed by a test bite. The angler has no deterrent deployed. A modern electric shark deterrent creates an aversive field at the strike zone and materially lowers closed passes. Standard operating discipline for shark-dense waters, no fish kept on board. Quick release leaders to avoid fish on thrashing near the hull, and paddle blades kept quiet once a shark fixes attention. The correct move once a breach occurs is lateral displacement toward a buddy craft or escorted run-in. Solo holds fewer options. That he leaves uninjured does not make the encounter benign. It proves only that curiosity did not escalate to a bite. The footage remains an instructive near miss. An apex predator probed within meters, and luck, not layers of control, closed the gap. In snowy inclines, throttle spins polish ice. erasing micro texture your tires need. The difference between a meetup and a mass insurance claim is usually 10 meters of spacing and one person yelling clear. Excavator stability follows a simple rule. Boom low and in toward the car body. Tracks perpendicular to slope, never undercut the uphill toe. When you must work on grade, cut a bench track straight up down. Keep the drive sprockets uphill and place spoil downhill to build the catch berm. If the machine starts to go, jumping is not doctrine. Preventing the setup is. The operator's survival here is a credit to reflex. The machine's cartwheel is a debit to planning. A quiet curbside cafe becomes a disaster seen in seconds. Security video shows a driver pull up, throw the car in reverse, and deliberately stomp the throttle. The sedan surges backward through tables and metal railings, smashing glass and bodies alike before jolting to a stop inside the storefront. Reports from locals say the driver had just argued with a man outside and, in an act of rage, turned the vehicle into a weapon. Among those stuck is the proprietor, a woman wearing a helmet who is fatally injured, while another patron is clipped and sent sprawling but ultimately escapes with survivable harm. The camera angle captures the brutal physics of low-speed urban rammings. There's no warning arc like with a swinging object, just a straight line, full-weight shove, which should have been late morning routine, coffee, scooter sidling, friends talking, turns into a scene of shattered chairs and stunned onlookers because a single person decided the car skier selector could settle a grudge. A bus cruises the Tomei Expressway near Nagoya when a sedan from opposing lanes becomes airborne, clears the divider, and slams head-on into the front glass. The dash view captures the nowhere-to-go reality. At highway speed, the bus driver needs seconds they don't have. Both operators die. The extension clip shot inside the bus exists, but is wisely avoided. Its only lesson is that energy never disappears. It just translates into bodies and fixtures. Median barriers can prevent crossovers, but no system is absolute. Geometry, speed, and the angle of approach can defeat them. For passengers, the unglamorous habits matter. Bounce on in coaches that offer them. Bags stowed, aisles clear. In events like this, survival is often a function of whether secondary impacts, luggage, people, were prevented from flying. Enzo, a Brazilian creator who documents everyday life in Rio's West Zone, is filming a mundane walk when urban chance drops him into a live operation. Sirens shouted commands, long guns up. He's suddenly in the middle ground between officers and suspects as the neighborhood's lines of fire tighten.
Porra, ia buscar minha mãe. Eu saindo da vila, bati de frente com um caveirão. Caralho! Bom dia, chacrinha. Eita porra! Eita, passou aqui perto! Passou aqui perto! Eita porra! Caralho!
In the clip, voices off camera order civilians to clear. The stranger yanks a doorway open and urges Enzo inside. Smart move. You can hear the rip of supersonic rounds as they crack the air. Audio you never forget once you've heard it. Rio operations like this happen often enough that residents develop reflexes, get low, get behind masonry, and put two barriers between you and the street. The video shows exactly why danger doesn't telegraph itself. It arrives as a noise in a pressure wave. Enzo's decision to shelter in place, inside, silent, out of sight, turns a brush with catastrophe into a tense story rather than a headline. A man walks along a drab neighborhood block in Manaus, glances down for a moment, then the pavement simply opens and swallows him. The slab looks intact until it isn't. A void beneath, undermined by water, utilities, or a washout gives way. He drops vertically, legs kicking, then scrabbles at a ragged edge that crumbles under his palms. It's over in a blink, and then luck intervenes. A motorcyclist witnesses the collapse, jumps off, and hauls the man up before the lip shears further. People think of danger as moving objects, cars, bikes, cranes. Ground failures are silent and lethal. Here, the best case still looks horrifying. Bruises, abrasions, and a story about how close he came to vanishing into a storm void. At a makeshift fair, a hand-spun mini wheel tries to simulate carnival fun with chain-slung seats and smiles, until a chair rotates on its axis and flips a rider upside down mid-arc. No restraints, no redundant stops, no certified welds. The man in blue gets spun like laundry, then staggers once released. Everyone laughs in shock, but the margins here are vanishingly small. Had the chain link failed or the rider's grip slipped, he would have been a falling object from a rotational radius designed by guesswork. The charm of DIY entertainment dissolves when forces get involved. Centripetal loads, fatigue, and cheap steel in human hands where ratcheting bars should be. The riders walk away this time. The hazard remains exactly what it looks like: carnival physics without carnival engineering. Gridlock looks tedious until a box truck arrives as a kinetic weapon. Dash footage shows a calm cue, brake lights glowing, drivers resign. Then a truck in the mirror looms too fast. The driver clearly late to notice stationary cars. There's no evasive weave, no horn, only the sickening lift of rear end as the first car is driven under the chassis ahead. Bodies pitch forward, glass fans out like sleet. Modern crumple designs and airbags do their job. The narrator notes the occupant of the camera car suffers only minor injuries, but the violence of the contact is eye-watering. This is what 15 tons at urban speeds looks like when attention lapses for 2 seconds. The clip's lesson is unromantic. Leave space you can sacrifice. Angle your wheel slightly to escape if the vehicle behind can't stop. And watch your mirrors when traffic compresses. Most pileups are born of one operator deciding a notification on their dash mattered more than brake modulation. Police in Florida respond to a call about a possible impaired driver, and when they arrive, they find a car stopped on the roadside, front tire completely blown out. Behind the wheel, a man slumped over, barely conscious. The officers approach carefully. The driver, Christopher, mumbles incoherently, claiming he doesn't know what happened. His answers are confused, slow, and nonsensical, the kind of rambling that tells officers something isn't right.
What's going on? What happened?
I don't know.
Say that again?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I honestly don't know.
All right, you have your driver's license with you? You don't happen to have any weapon in the car, right?
No.
Okay.
No weapons.
Can you roll your window down for my partner on the other side?
When they ask for his driver's license, things get stranger. Christopher insists he doesn't have one, then pulls out a wallet containing what he admits is a fake license. He claims the car isn't his, it belongs to his girlfriend Kelsey, but his story keeps changing. He slurs his words, drifts off mid-sentence, and seems unaware of where he even is.
Say that again? That's not the button to lower the window.
wait.
I'm still waiting on your driver's license, man.
Yeah, I know. I don't have it.
You don't have it?
No.
Okay.
Like, you can look it up all you want, but
Say that again?
you can look it up all you want.
I can look it up?
Yeah.
How are we going to look it up?
How are we going to look it
Who the
up?
heck you are?
I need your registration. Your registration.
It's not here.
You don't have a registration?
This is not my car.
Whose car is it?
That's my wallet, and that's
Okay.
whoever.
I saw a driver's license in the wallet. Could you open that up for me?
Yeah. You wish you saw a driver's
What's that?
Yeah. That is not. That's my driver's license, okay?
You got another driver's license in there?
That's my one that is not real. And there's money outside that. Okay?
What do you mean by it's not real?
What do you mean it's not real?
It's not. It doesn't. If you run it, it will run back as not real.
So, do you have a driver's license out of Florida?
No.
No?
Because all I've driven is the ones that I have license for that want to say that I don't have a license for.
Okay. All right, just give me a minute.
This
Hang
one?
tight.
Yeah.
Jesse, that's not a driver's license.
No, I know. These are...
Hang tight, all right?
Yup. Hang tight.
Can you just turn off the car for me?
Yeah.
Let me get the keys. Can I get the key?
I'm trying to get that for you right now.
Say that again?
I'm trying to get that for you right now.
What you trying to get?
Your fucking key.
You don't know where the key is?
Yeah, well, it's not here.
For the car?
Yeah.
You said this wasn't your car. Whose car is it? What's the name of the owners?
Kelsey. Dude.
You came from her house and you're going back to her house? You got any medical issues, my friend?
Me?
Yeah. No? Yes?
A lot.
What kind? A lot? Like what kind? You need fire rescue come check you out?
All of them.
I don't understand what all of them means.
All of them.
So you got...
Where are you trying to go, man? Where are you driving to?
Oh.
As the questions continue, Christopher becomes more erratic, talking about powers, insisting officers take his hand, and mumbling about people watching it. It's clear he's either heavily intoxicated or in a mental crisis.
Stay in the car, bro. Stay in the car.
Stay in the car, man.
Yeah.
Stay in the car.
Yes. Tell me. Tell me right here. Tell me. I'll give you my hand right here. I'll give it to you.
What do you want me to do with your hand?
Yeah. Let all your powers up there.
I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend.
Right here. Here. Let all of them. Let all of them. You think that I'm about to fight you?
Why would you think that?
They're right there looking at me like that I'm gonna fight you. Come on.
We're just trying to figure out why you want us to hold your hand for you.
I'm trying to ask you why you're not holding my hand.
Why would I want to hold your hand?
No. Why is this bitch honking at you?
Who's honking what?
Yeah, yo. You want to be up here, right?
Chris, do me a favor, just have a seat for a second, okay?
No. Why don't you just take my arm?
Do me a favor, have a seat. Just
No,
have a seat.
take my arm.
There's
Take it.
There's no reason for me to take your arm, okay?
No,
Just
take
have a
it.
seat.
Take it.
Have a seat.
Yep. I'm the culprit right here. Take it. Take it. Right here.
Chris, do you know what happened to your tire?
Yeah, look at it. Right here.
Yeah, what happened to the tire?
Right here.
What happened to your tire?
That's the culprit.
of an 18-year-old guy, okay? 18 years old. Do you want to look at him and say that, yeah, this is what you owe? Yeah, spit it at him. Spit it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. You stupid. That's me.
When investigators from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office arrive, they give him one last chance to complete a field sobriety test. Christopher refuses. He tells the officer, "I know I'm up beyond up," before finally admitting he's too impaired to do anything.
So I'm Investigator Ward, Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office.
Yeah.
What's going on tonight?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Ask him all about whatever you want.
I'm talking to you right now.
Ask him.
Ask him what?
Yeah. You tell him.
I'm talking to you. What's going on?
Nah. You tell him. Tell him I'm the fucking problem, right? Yeah, you tell him.
I don't know. I just got here.
I know.
Where are you coming from tonight?
All over the world.
All over the world?
Yep.
Where are you heading to?
Yeah, all over the world.
Do you have any medical issues?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
You taking any prescription medications?
You want to lick them from me?
Huh?
You want to lick them from me?
What?
Yeah, you want to lick them.
Christopher, at this point I'm going to ask you to complete voluntary field sobriety tasks. Are you going to complete those tasks? No? Understand, if you choose not to complete those tasks, then I have to base my decision to arrest you not on the probable cause I've already seen.
You know what?
If you choose not to complete those tasks, the candidate will be used against you in the court of law. Do you understand that?
Yeah, you want to spit all this bullshit at me, but like I've been trying to tell you that, yeah, I cannot complete these tests right now.
Why not?
Because I know.
Because you know what?
I know the position that I'm in right now.
What position?
I know that I'm f***ed up beyond f***ed up.
Okay.
Yeah, so you want to keep asking me like that, I'm going to talk to you like a real person?
Okay.
Do you want me to?
The officer calmly explains that his refusal leaves no choice. He's under arrest for driving under the influence. That's when the meltdown begins. Christopher repeats over and over, "I'm the problem, right? I'm the problem," as he's placed in handcuffs.
In mind, will you complete the task, yes or no?
No.
Fantastic. Go ahead and turn around.
Dude, what am I doing that is fucking...
You're going to be under arrest for driving under the influence.
Yep, I'm the one that's under arrest right now, right?
What?
Yep, I'm the fucking problem right now, right? Right, yeah.
It's already done.
Yep, keep doing it.
It's great.
Yep,
I don't
keep
need
doing it. Keep doing it. Yeah, keep doing it.
After the camera was turned off, things got worse. While officers were processing him, Christopher leaned out of the patrol car and spit on one of the deputies, hitting him in the chin. He was charged with felony battery on law enforcement and DUI. In court, the battery charge was dropped, but the DUI stuck. Christopher was found guilty and sentenced to 18 months of probation for the DUI, 12 months concurrent probation for resisting, a 1-year driver's license suspension, mandatory DUI school, an ignition interlock device, and $1,836 in court costs. 2 days in jail, a criminal record, and a long road to recovery, all because he refused to hand over his keys when he should have. The video shows a progressive hiss that becomes a bang, windows bow, a fireball punches out the back, and debris arcs into the lane.
పోలీసులకు పిలిచింది పోలీసులకి అడిగిన పిలిచి ఫైర్ ఫోర్స్ నంబర్
In Indian cities, domestic and commercial LPG cylinders fuel thousands of kitchens when installation shortcuts, tired hoses, worn valves, casual leak checks meet an ignition source. The result is explosive overpressure in a room that has only one relief path, outward. Here, mercifully, the timing saves lives. By accounts, no fatalities are recorded, but you can see how easily it could have been worse. A cook between cylinder and door. A customer stepping in as the flame front rolls. The fix is boring. Regular leak tests with soapy water, regulators replaced on schedule, cylinders upright and secured, and a clear assigned shutoff reachable in a panic. That quiet discipline is the only difference between steam rising off chai and a charred storefront. The camera pans the serene kitchen, tile kettle breakfast plates, then you catch the stare. A male lying at the window, eyes like amber stones, another shape moving behind him. Safari marketing promises immersive, but this is literal. The footage from Sabi Sands shows what bush camps warned about in the guest booklet. Predators use buildings as shade and windbreaks. They investigate smells. They do not respect silica panes as walls. The lines don't batter the structure. They observe, calculate, and then drift off. Still, it's a crisp reminder that inside in the wild is a technicality. Keep doors barred, windows latched, and never treat a glass pane as a shield if a large cat decides curiosity is worth the effort. Back in 2001, pre-YouTube, pre-viral as we think of it, a mini DV tape circulated around Southern California showing a trespass at Redlands historic Barton Villa, then sitting vacant, that detonated into urban legend. A small group climbs through, filming everything to prove they'd actually gone inside. The first half is familiar. Exterior pans, busted windows, the creak of an old staircase, under flashlight. Night falls, they push deeper. The upper landing, the camera jitters. Someone whispers for a rear guard, and then all chatter collapses into a single alarm breath.
Cover my bag, alright. What the hell's that? That on the floor. Right there. Oh, shit!
Yeah. Oh, go. Yeah, go. Swear to God. Go. No.
Someone's in there?
Swear to God. Swear to God.
Oh, shit. Hell yeah.
You guys are lying.
We're not kidding. No.
Go left. Go. Hit the gas and go.
I can't see your freaking cameras in my way.
Oh,
At the threshold ahead, a figure, unnaturally tall, shoulders hunched to clear the lintel, appears to duck beneath the doorframe. The silhouette looks like it's cradling a lantern or lamp. The illumination doesn't behave like their flashlights. Audio spikes. What is that? Boot scrape, and the group sprints, swearing they've seen someone up there. Local lore had long stapled cult rumors to the second floor. The tape poured accelerant on that story. No admission of fakery has ever surfaced from the original uploaders, and no production tells. Cuts, masking, obvious comps are apparent in the raw feeling capture. Was it a costumed squatter, a forced perspective trick, or an honest misread under adrenaline? The footage remains what it always was, a shaky single-take panic run punctuated by one disquieting door-tall outline that launched 2 decades of arguments. Street cattle are part of India's sensory map. Horns, bells, calm chewing. Then there are bulls whose hierarchies get settled with bone and velocity. A police officer sits at a small roadside post when two bulls lock horns, torque their bodies, and slingshot across a frame. One launches into the officer's station, furniture and bodies tumble. It's over as fast as a scooter tip over, but the kinetic energy is orders of magnitude higher. India is estimated to have millions of free-roaming bovines, and while most traffic around them is choreographed by experience, territorial bulls are exceptions. The clip ends with the bull walked off, which tells you the animal absorbed the collision better than the furniture did. For people sharing streets with half-ton ungulates, the rule is simple. Never assume their calm is permanent. Give them lateral escape space, and don't put your back to a wall near them. You're not on the bull's map. They're on yours. A family on a small yacht, 12 aboard celebrating a mother's birthday, film each other laughing when a white hull swells in the background like a cliff, closing distance far too fast.
Ne yapıyor ya? Ne yapacağız? Çarpıyor. Çarptı. Yapacak bir şey yok. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Sakin, bir şey yok. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
There's frantic yelling, a scramble to grab railings, then impact. The large vessel rides up the smaller stern quarter, sending people tumbling. Miraculously, no one goes overboard in the prop wash. Water pours into compartments. Nearby craft race to evacuate the party before buoyancy is lost. The probable causes read like every collision at sea report. Poor lookout, over-reliance on instruments, and relative motion that fools the eye. Big boats seem slower than they are. Coal wedges exist because the sea is big and attention is small. If you're the more maneuverable vessel, assume the other guy either doesn't see you or will not yield in time. A small hobby channel surfaces in 2010, DIY costumes, light personal posts, and disappears. A year later, it returns with a blunt title, My Stalker. The camera opens on a parking lot in a conversation already on edge. The creator calmly lays out a pattern. A man who follows him from train to train, shadows him to his vehicle and tries to extend contact. He's explicitly declined.
You followed me, my car a lot. How does that not make me uncomfortable?
I thought we were good friends. I thought we were like, okay, if we're not friends, at least we were talking before, and you didn't think that we... I just don't know.
I tried to put aside my feelings. I tried to be a good guy. I tried to talk to you. And the conversations we had, I felt like they went nowhere. There weren't things I wanted to talk about, and so I'm done talking.
Because you never reciprocate.
There's nothing interesting that you had to talk about.
Well, reciprocate and ask me questions. And
I'm not interested. I was never interested.
Why?
Because I don't like you.
Why can't you expand your cultural diversity and just, like...
Cultural diversity.
Why don't you expand your friendships? Not just more than, have you know any Filipino?
Yes, I went to school with one, yes.
Okay.
I know a Filipino, I know a gay guy.
Okay.
My cultural diversity is pretty expansive.
Okay, so with that in mind, why don't you give me a chance? I can.
Because I'm not giving you a chance because you're Filipino.
No. Why don't you give me a chance? Not being a...
You being a Filipino doesn't have anything to do with it. You being gay doesn't have anything to do with it. I don't care. I just don't like you, your presence. You make me uncomfortable. A Filipino friend doesn't make me uncomfortable. My gay friend doesn't make me uncomfortable.
Well, tell me, what makes them not make you uncomfortable?
The fact that we started having conversations and that we liked each other and that we were friends. We started having conversations, you and I didn't really get the vibe. I didn't really feel like we could be friends.
Why?
Because I don't like you because you made me comfortable from day one.
Why did you just... Well, did you just want me not to talk before?
I was fine with you not talking before, yes.
Well, how could you develop friendships like that? See,
for people who doesn't make me uncomfortable right off the bat.
The thing is, I want to develop friendships with people that I don't know, and I've met you, and I think that You know, we can be acquaintance. I can say hello once in a while.
What follows is not theatrics, it's boundaries setting documented in real time. He explains that gender doesn't flip the ethics. If the roles were reversed, man tailing woman, the response would be immediate. He asks for distance. The follower reframes, rationalizes, and persists.
Yes, but following me to my car is not saying hello once in a while. Following me from train to train as I get off to try and avoid you is not saying hello once in a while.
Well, I can't help it.
It's creepy.
What makes you... I don't want you to feel that way.
Look, if the situation was I was a girl and you were a guy following around, there would be police all over this place. You would be in jail. Do you think that's true?
I know.
Okay, so the situation is you're following me, whether I'm a girl or a guy. You're following me from train car to my car. It's the same thing.
But I can't help myself not following you. For some reason, I can't. Adam, I can't. I don't...
How about you try? You try real hard.
How?
Not follow me. Just walk to your car. Don't walk to my car. Don't try and have a conversation with me from all the way from the train to my car with me not saying a damn word. Maybe get the hint that I don't want to talk to you.
I won't bother you anymore talking to you. But I will say hi to you once in a while. Okay.
All right.
Have a nice day.
Subsequent uploads shift from narration to evidence gathering. You see platform swaps engineered at the last second to break line of sight. The follower posting by doorways in creator's voice, controlled but frayed, asking transit staff to intervene.
And I have moved train cars. And what do we see? Again, followed me to a different train car.
Thank you for riding Star.
How about you stay on the train track?
I'm going to stay on the train.
Yeah, okay, good. Get on. Stay on. Gerard, stay on the fucking train. Stop following me. Sit down and stop following me. Sit down and stop following me.
A conductor eventually separates them and warns they're holding the train. Even then, when the doors close and the rail car rolls, the camera catches the follower again, several cars down, still pacing.
We're going. Sit down. We're going. Sit down. Can you get him to stop following me, please?
Okay, somebody to get off the train and somebody to stay on. Why are you following him?
I don't know.
Okay, do you want to wait for the next train? You holding the train up. Step off for a second, sir.
I'll go.
Well, come up here.
Thank you. Thank you. And here he is, still following me.
The channel later updates, police contact was made, the behavior stopped, and the creator walked away physically unharmed. Though he hints at numerous other events never shown, the series lands like a caution briefing. Document patterns early, articulate no, loop in transit staff and police, and accept that politeness is not a safety plan when persistence crosses into fixation. The ceremony in full glow, lights, flowers, guests pressed shoulder to shoulder, transforms as the floor starts to ripple underfoot. The first seconds are denial, smiles freeze, eyes start upward, chandeliers sway, then the wobble becomes a shove. Phones drop, people lunge for door frames. A chorus of prayers and cries replaces the music. The quake's timing is cruel, crowded indoor venue, decorative fixtures, and narrow egress paths. The camera captures the visceral strangeness of strong motion, shaking. It's not a jolt, but a long, nauseating heave that disorients balance and judgment. In the aftermath, you see why preparedness doctrine harps on drop, cover, hold on, because running in a room packed with hanging glass is how injuries multiply. Even without structural collapse, falling objects and panicked crowd surges hurt people. This clip is a real-time reminder that severe but survivable depends on what's above you and whether your exit route stays clear long enough to matter.
หายแล้วเละแน่เลย
Crossing gates, horn, and then the worst case alignment. A tractor trailer fouls the rail bed. The locomotive strikes square and trailing carriages fishtail until one goes momentarily airborne. Over 240 aboard, one life lost, many injured. The video's frightening detail is how slowly the derailment unfolds after the initial hit. Metal squeal, ballast kicking up, a coach lifting like a breaching whale before gravity returns it to her. Truck-on-rail tragedies are often a function of impatience plus misjudged acceleration. Long vehicles need long clearances. Crossings demand margin, not optimism. For passengers again, stowed gear and braced posture help when interiors turn into pinball tables. Another camera, different nightmare. Workers at height when the same seismic wave field hits.
Linog guys! Linog! Lord! Tabang Lord! Lord! Tabang Lord! Lord! Tabang Lord! Lord, gusto ko yung linog, Lord! Lord, Ginoo! Tabang! Lord! Lord! Lord, kami pamilya, Lord. Lord, aloy kasama, Lord. God-bless mo, Lord. Salamat kayo. Sug kayo, Lord.
You can hear the scaffolding sing, metal and metal, before the camera a few pitches as the building sways. A workplace that was 15 minutes from wrap-up is suddenly a balance test where mistakes have no recovery. Consider the risks: unsecured tools becoming missiles, temporary platforms walking off ledges, and human reflexes telling feet to run on a surface that's moving in two axes. The crew and frame managed to crouch and brace, riding the motion until the amplitude dies. Injuries are reported as non-life-threatening in initial dispatches, which borders on miraculous. The takeaway for crews: lanyards clipped even for quick tasks, debris nets up, and evacuation drills practiced. The takeaway for the rest of us: earthquakes don't just endanger those under chandeliers, they punish anyone who assumed solid ground was part of the deal. A low visibility Reddit thread in 2020 asks about found footage that might be real. It idles for years until a user resurfaces with a link to a tiny YouTube channel, David Fun with Dolls. 5 uploads, hardly any subscribers. One video dated 2019 shows a man preparing a game in a room staged with dolls, buckets of what looks like viscous mud or clay, and a handheld device labeled Blackjack 21.
February 13, 2001, and my dolls have got a Valentine's present for me. Every time I lose, I get my back. This one, where is it? You hit? You hit? See, I went over 21. I would get on my back. Come on. By golly, you're going to get it right down your... You put 3 belts around your shirt now. I don't want to run out of your shirt.
He speaks to specific dolls by name, outlines rules, and assigns consequences. Every bust over 21 triggers a forfeit using the bucket contents on his own body. The Redditor who surfaced it claims the footage originated on a VHS handed over by a hitchhiker. The tape allegedly also included a stylized Avid Trash short, Golden Afternoon, and longer segments where David explains who the dolls represent and how much clay he stockpiled. The missing pieces, they say, were destroyed by viewers disturbed enough to erase them. Whether the YouTube mirrors or archival extracts or later recreations is unknown. What's clear on screen: deliberate staging, repeated rules, and a self-imposing system that marries fetish, compulsion, or art performance to a children's level card device. It is not gore, not overt criminality, just profoundly unsettling, and a reminder that the strangest finds often ride on analog ghosts that the internet only have decodes. CCTV shows a calm cabin, riders chatting, the driver tracking clean lines when a white SUV traveling too fast and out of shape pirouettes into view, slaps the median, then cartwheels across the bus's path. There's barely time for brake application before impact, and the violence transfers to human bodies. The narrator says the bus driver had been compliant, speed, lane spacing, so we're watching a catastrophic other people's choices crash. Tragically, one person dies. Vehicle dynamics are cruelly simple. Once lateral grip is gone, mass remember straight lines until barriers and opposing traffic turn that memory into shrapnel. The video is a grim argument for lane discipline and consequence. Your overtaking decision is never just yours when 2 tons of momentum cross the center line. A tiny open boat rides slower and lower as chop slops over the gunwale.
Como eu estava falando, a gente pegou uma aqui, acabou até molhando o celular. Vocês estão vendo aí a embarcação totalmente submersa aí, afundada debaixo d'água. Como pode ver aqui o estado, tá aqui branco, tá aqui branco. O pano a gente já tirou, fizemos uma ruminha pra ali. E é isso aí, pessoal. Tá aqui, estamos descendo aqui a deriva. Tem uns parceiros aí mais próximos, a gente espera que apareça meio logo aí para socorrer a gente.
The crew strip off a canvas cover to lighten, bail with whatever they have, and film because one phone is still alive after the other died to spray. There's no VHF antenna inside, no PFDs on torsos, no flares held aloft, just hopes for a passerby. Eventually, a mayday reaches someone and rescue craft arrive. This is the harsh syllabus of small craft seamanship in free lessons. Freeboard is not a suggestion. Weight distribution matters, and redundancy in comms is not optional offshore. They survive. The ocean is patient. It would have taken them if help hadn't come. A 23-year-old Ukrainian refugee, Irina Zarutska, finishes a shift towards the Blue Line at East-West and takes a seat for an ordinary ride she'd made many times. Roughly 4 minutes later, the man behind her stands, produces a pocket knife and attacks with zero prelude, driving a blade into neck and torso before stepping off at the next stop. suspect, 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown, is detained on the platform moments later. Records show a long arrest history and documented schizophrenia. Irina dies on scene. The recovered knife in Brown's own hand injury blocks the facts. Prosecutors file first-degree murder. Federal authorities add a death on mass transit charge. Video release triggers a second wave. Outraged bystander paralysis inside the car.
You think people should have helped her?
I really do think people should have helped her. I think a lot of them didn't know what to do in that situation. I think a lot of them was shocked.
If I would have been there, my first priority would have been her. She was obviously losing blood.
Do you think they were scared for their own lives?
I think they were scared for their own lives, and that's completely understandable. She was scared, holding herself, and then slumped over unconscious, and they just let her lie there.
A GoFundMe campaign for Irina's family.
The hardest questions are policy ones. How a repeat violent offender remained free. How transit cars deter or interrupt sudden lethal assaults. What safe actionable intervention looks like for unarmed riders in a confined space. Irina's trajectory, fleeing a war to build a future, then killed on a weekday train, turns the clip from crime video into indictment of systems that didn't protect her and if a society still unsure how to balance mental health treatment, public safety, and accountability. Onboard audio counts down pace notes as a Finnish driver threads a tight tarmac stage. Then the call goes sideways. Grip loss, a ditch snag, rotation, and a barrel roll that should have ended in trees. Instead, the car completes its ugly gymnastics and stops atop a residential garage roof.
Joo. Me ollaan katolla. Anna olla paikallaan. Anna olla paikallaan. Katolla. Me ollaan talon katolla. No niin näin.
Spectators sprint, marshals arrive, the crew clamber out, rattled but intact. Rally is controlled chaos. Recce and pace notes compress unknowns, but the penalty for small misreads is huge. Here, the house takes the beating the hillside might have delivered. No injuries reported, which means belts, hands devices, and cages did their job. The homeowner, however, now has a Rally Finland souvenir lodged where shingles used to be. A man waits on the curb. A patrol unit idles nearby when a black Honda, fleeing a stop, overcooks a turn and nails a light pole. The pole shears insights toward the sidewalk, exactly where the 71-year-old stands. He's struck and thrown, but astonishingly, he survives with non-life-threatening injuries. It's the final destination sequence nobody can predict. You don't have to be in the chase to be in danger. The city's fixtures become projectiles once a car's kinetic energy finds a hinge point. The clip is the argument for traffic calming and against reckless flight wrapped in one. Streets are shared systems. There is no solo risk when tons of metal are out of control. Troopers answer a shots-fired call and encounter a driver, Anthony Alonso Sanchez III, who has already caused multiple crashes and appears to be seeking head-on impacts.
Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle! Out of the vehicle! What's going on? I got you. Dude,
get out on the ground.
What the fuck? Hands behind your back. I didn't do Hands behind your back. What's going on? Get on the ground. Okay, I got it.
Textbook TVI, rear quarter tap, spins the car. Officers pull Sanchez out, cuff him behind his back, recover a handgun from the vehicle, and load him into a marked SUV.
28. Hit maneuver. Hold trap.
TVI successful.
Gun. I didn't find a gun. It's right there. Okay.
My girlfriend. All right. Fucking down. My girlfriend fucking shot at me, and I don't know what the fuck's going on. Open your back seat. Hey, sit in the car. Take your shoes. First, take your shoes off. Take your shoes off. Okay, sit. Put your feet in.
That should end it, but urgency leaves a single link undone. The sliding partition between rear cage and front seats remains open from a prior prisoner drop. Within 90 seconds, Sanchez works the cuffs to the front, worms through the opening, and drives away in a state patrol vehicle.
I copy. Serial number.
Crash on road 5.
Fella, he just stole the patrol car.
What follows is 21 minutes of high-risk pursuit at up to 120 miles per hour, 2 failed stop-stick attempts, then a third that shreds tires and sends the cruiser offline into a parked semi. Fire blooms at the firewall. Officers yank Sanchez out, but he dies shortly after. The original trooper is placed on leave pending review, then returned to duty.
Good sticks. We got a ticket.
Strip the sensationalism and you're left with procedure. Cage doors resecured every time, physical checks before leaving a detainee unattended, and treating custody regained as a fragile state, not a status you set and forget. One missed slider transforms a contained arrest into a lethal chase that could have killed anyone in its path. Pre-dawn quiet roads to shuttered food carts and then a sudden bloom of flame from one unit. Surveillance shows the fire at 4:30 a.m. when occupants are minimal, a lucky hour. It started like any other night. A family gathered for the Super Bowl, laughter, noise, food everywhere, but one woman was forgotten. Her name was Crystal, and the moment she realized her plate was missing, something inside her snapped. Police were called to the home after reports of screaming, violence, and a woman threatening her own family. When officers arrived, they found Crystal outside, trembling, furious, and clutching her fists. Inside the house, her family hid in fear. They said she'd attacked her sister, hit her in the arm, struck her in the back of the head, then stormed through the kitchen, knocking things over before grabbing a steak knife from a drawer.
This is not okay. Get your here. You need to go. You need to leave. I want my daughter taken from you. Nothing.
Why would we? Who's trying to take your daughter?
My sister.
Why? Why does she want to do that?
Apparently because I'm violent. She decked me in the back too, so I don't want to hear it.
She what?
She decked me in the back too, so I don't want to hear it.
She hit you in the back?
Yes, after I smacked her arm and she hit me in the back. So I went off on her.
Miss Crystal, do you have pockets on you? Do you mind if I look? And then I promise we'll talk, okay? I just gotta make sure for my safety, alright?
There's nothing in there that's gonna hurt you.
I believe you. Okay.
Turn around! Deal with your own fucking self!
I'll deal with it, okay? So why don't you tell me what happened? Take your time. I'm sorry you're so upset, okay? Don't worry about that.
Stay the fuck over there!
You guys go to the road! Don't worry about them. Whenever you're ready, we can talk about it.
Well, they were going to get some fucking... Super Bowl, and I told them they couldn't have certain stuff because they couldn't eat it. The one just as much as they did. So they got this little big ass spread, and they got me a little chicken pot pie, which pissed me off to begin with. So I went to sleep. I was like, I can't deal with this shit no more. They're all happy. I'm bunch of shit. I'm sitting there pissed off. They don't even give a They don't give a f*** about nothing. So it kept pissing me off. Everything's good for them. They don't even give a f*** about me.
Which one's your daughter? Is she out there?
No, she's inside.
She's inside? Is she okay?
Yeah, they don't give a f*** about her either.
Are you guys all living together?
Yeah.
I'm sure that makes tensions run super high. You guys got an argument about the Super Bowl spread. What made you think that they wanted to take your daughter or anything from you?
Because that's what happens every time I get an argument with anybody. They want to take my kid.
Well, you know it's not their decision to be allowed to do that. What happened where she knocked you in the back of the head? Tell me a little bit about that.
The back of the shoulder. I walked by and I was like, she just being this smart ass. I'm tired of it.
What was she saying to you?
She wasn't saying anything to me. Her fucking body was going out there. So I hit her in the back of the arm, and she fucking decked me in the back of the shoulder. So I started pounding her in the back of the head, trying to pound her, and I get that skin contact.
How'd you get the blood on your knuckles?
I hit the refrigerator.
You hit the refrigerator?
I'm not going to jail.
I didn't say you were going to the jail. You hit her in the back of the arm because of y'all's argument, and so she hit you back?
It's a sister thing. I told her if I'm going, she's going too because she hit me too.
So what happened after that?
She told me that I wasn't welcome here no more.
Where's she at?
Probably inside somewhere.
So what happened after all this little altercation?
Jay called the cops.
And you came out here, I'm guessing?
Yes.
You side with her?
All of us.
All of us. Okay.
This is her daughter.
Okay. Let me talk to you first, okay? Let's go over here.
Okay.
What happened?
I was sitting there, we were making Super Bowl party stuff, you know, and getting everything ready. And she came out and came across and just hit Melissa in the back. And yeah, they had some words before that, but it wasn't. She was just talking about she's being selfish. So.
And that's her sister, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they got into the altercation, hit each other a few times. Melissa, I didn't really see her hit her. I seen Crystal hit her in the back. Did you call the cops? I said, yes, I did. Because Melissa told me to. I said, yes, I did. She goes, I'm just going to freaking you. And she came out running out of the door at me, and I had to come outside. This has happened before. She's got violent with me, too.
Okay. Melissa, you mind if we talk for a sec?
Her daughter could be heard crying from the other room, but Crystal didn't stop. She screamed that everyone was against her, that they didn't care. They were trying to take her child away.
Miss Crystal, let's do this easy, okay?
No, I'm not going to jail. I'm not going to jail.
Crystal, your daughter can still hear you. You need to calm it down. Take a deep breath.
When officers tried to talk her down, she exploded, shouting, cursing, thrashing until they had no choice but to move in. As they placed her in handcuffs, she cried out for her daughter, begging, pleading, please, don't take me away. But it was too late.
She's crying her eyes out. Now let her come talk to you.
No!
But you gotta come to the car first.
No, I'm not going to jail.
That's not an option.
No, I'm not going to jail.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't want to have to do it, okay?
I don't want to go to jail.
You struck your sister first.
She hit me too, man.
But you hit her first.
God damn it! Ah! No.
Crystal.
I don't want to go to jail.
I know, but we're gonna have to
No, I'm not going with you, no.
You're coming with us.
No.
But we can make it.
Oh my God! I'm somebody.
Crystal.
Get off me!
Don't.
Get off me!
Please don't.
Don't!
Let's do it easy.
Stay away from me!
Crystal.
What the did they tell you? I didn't, you know what? Get the away from me!
Crystal.
No!
You need to calm down, okay?
No, I can't! You're taking me away from my home!
You'll be back here, but you
no, I will not!
This first.
You can make me stay there overnight. My daughter has Valentine's. I haven't got anything done for it. Oh my God! Get away from from me. Get away from me.
Crystal, I'll let you talk to your
Get away
daughter,
from
but
me.
you
Get away from me. Get away from me.
You're gonna have to be calm.
No, get away from me. Get away from me.
Crystal, you're coming with.
No, why? Why? How long? How long?
No.
How long? No.
Crystal,
How
put
long?
the cigarette down. What
How
do you mean
long?
How long what?
How long do I have to be in there?
Overnight.
No.
You out?
No.
Just listen to what you.
No, I'm not listening.
Okay. Take a deep breath and relax. Okay?
No. The f is wrong with you pieces of shit?
Just relax. Take a deep breath. Okay.
Oh my God! Get the f away from me now! Please get away from me. Please get away from me. Just get your car and leave.
It's not an option. Okay?
Yes, it is.
We're gonna walk out to the cars. We're gonna be adults.
No, we're not. Leave me alone.
We have to be adults about this.
Please leave me alone. Just go away.
You're coming either way.
No, I'm not. Get off me. Get off me. I want to get something to blow my nose. Can I do that? Get away from me.
Okay.
Get away from me.
You'll probably have to help her. Yes. I don't want to get too boxed up in here now.
I don't either.
Get away from me. Please get away from me.
Just help her.
Please get away from me.
Crystal.
Stop it. Stop. It's not okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. I want to get back. Oh, God.
You gotta turn the wrist.
Crystal.
There we go.
Oh, take it all out.
Don't twist your wrist.
Oh, God damn it! Oh, God!
That night, Crystal was arrested and charged with domestic battery and child abuse, all over one forgotten meal, one moment of neglect that spiraled into chaos, because sometimes the scariest breakdowns don't happen in the dark, they happen at home. A pendulum-style ride cycles up with a ring of seats when something mechanical mistimes. The upper assembly contacts its own structure, jolting riders and throwing hardware into stress it was never meant to bear.
¡Qué verga! ¡No mames!
Screams erupt. Operators slam emergency stops. Inertia still carries the mass through another ugly arc. Initial reports say non-life-threatening injuries only, which is luck over design. These rides live or die on inspections of pins, bushings, and crack-prone welds. If preventive maintenance lapses or a sensor faults, tolerances close fast. The footage is an anatomy class in why amusement safety standards exist, and why just one more cycle is a terrible sentence when something feels off. A woman in France filmed a strange figure rising through the clouds on September 13, 2023, re-uploaded by Scary Encounter. The footage shows a tall, dark silhouette climbing steadily into the air, framed by pale daylight and thick gray clouds. Some insist it's a witch-like form on a broom, matching centuries-old folklore.
Qu'est-ce que c'est? Je sais pas.
Others argue it's a distant balloon or drone distorted by sunlight and perspective. The movement is smooth and vertical and naturally controlled for wind behavior, while the outline never flutters or shifts shape. With no follow-up angle or explanation, the clip remains a mystery, a perfect collision of folklore, atmosphere, and optical illusion that continues to divide viewers. A man walks through a building corridor. The tile looks tired but serviceable. Then the slab drops out and he's in a pit up to his chest, dazed but conscious. It's a shallow void this time. He scrambles out and limps away, but the cause is the same as every collapse video. Water leaks and time-rot steel and lime until load paths vanish. Buildings announce these failures quietly. Hollow sounds underfoot, fine cracking, doors that drag. Ignore enough of those whispers and one day someone steps in, doesn't land. He was lucky. The hole was forgiving. Many aren't. A tranquil polling safari becomes a density lesson when a bull elephant decides you're too close to his comfort radius. The boater's guide tries to hold position. The elephant folds ears, lifts head, and commits to a short, decisive rush. At waterline, an adult Loxodona is a bulldozer with a will. The guide barks for quiet, pivots the Mokoro's nose, and the animal halts just shy of contact, dominance display complete. Everyone on board learns two field truths at once. Tranquil is in the animal's hands, and momentum on water belongs to mass. Respecting approach angles and reading ear, trunk, and head cues is not optional here. It's how you go home with a story instead of a statistic. A large Cameron Z315 modern high-capacity envelope, registered and maintained, lifts from Poti with two veteran pilots, Georgi Rashid Utaria, Georgia, and Krzysztof Zapart of Poland, and a TV cameraman documenting a long cross-country flight. Witnesses later describe wind shifts and low passes near Azoreti. The balloon appears to be working marginal air. During a descent, possibly a landing attempt, a gust lifts the basket into the plane of high voltage transmission lines. Contact, ignition, propane, catastrophic fire. Then a fall to fields below. All three on board perish. Investigators open files. Formal causals aren't published yet. Balloons don't have engines to power out a wind shear. They have burn, ballast, and judgment. Experienced crews plan around power corridors with obsessive care because electricity is the one obstacle that offers no survivable bounds. That's what makes this law so stark. Certified equipment, decorated pilots, and still a chain of wind, timing, and terrain that gave them no out until the report lands. The only ground takeaway is the oldest lines win every time. On her first ride aboard the London Underground, medical student Elaf Siddiqui filmed a passenger dressed as Pennywise the Clown. Only later did she notice something chilling, another face reflected in the carriage window, pale and fixed on her camera. No one near her matched that face. Viewers debated furiously. Some blamed layer reflections in the curved glass. Others swore the geometry didn't line up. The clip went viral not for gore or jump scares, but because of what it implied, that sometimes the most disturbing image isn't in front of you, it's staring back through your own reflection. Torrential rain turns a scenic route into a trap. Dashcam shows a caravan easing around a bend when the hillside above liquefies.
Ôi Chuyển ơi. Ôi mẹ. Thôi sao rồi, thằng ô tô kia sao mẹ đâu? Kia sao mà. Báo luôn. Thôi từ nhau Quyền ơi, thôi.
A curtain of mud and rock sweeps the lead car off the shelf road and into the void, nearly 100 meters and nothing below. The recording car jerks to a stop. Calls to authorities go out immediately. Rescuers reach the site fast enough to pull survivors. Injuries, yes, but minor by miracle. The visual is brutal. There is no warning in landslides beyond the weather alert you choose to heed or not. In mountains, after a heavy rain, the only smart speed is the one that lets you stop before geology decides to move. During a U.S. congressional hearing on unidentified phenomena, Representative Eric Burleson presented footage from an MQ-9 Reaper drone off Yemen. It showed a glowing metallic orb gliding over the ocean. A Hellfire missile locked on and struck, but the orb didn't explode. It simply kept moving. Burleson said the clip came from a whistleblower, while journalist George Knapp called it a missile bouncing off of a UFO. The Pentagon had no comment. Analysts compared it to the Navy's 2015 Go Fast video, arguing optical illusion or unknown tech. The moment left lawmakers stunned. If it wasn't enemy technology, then what did an American missile just fail to destroy? Police in Florida responded to a call that would quickly turn from a distress report into a violent and disturbing confrontation. It all began when a woman managed to dial for help from inside a hotel room, claiming she was being choked and held against her will by a man who refused to let her leave. When officers arrived, they found her shaken, her voice trembling as she explained how the situation had spiraled out of control. She said she'd met the man casually, calling it just chilling, but what started as a casual meetup turned into a nightmare.
You okay?
She was being held against her will.
He wouldn't let you out?
Yeah, until now.
Who is?
I know it's Kareem. I don't know nothing else.
But like, what's your relationship with him? Like, are you?
It's nothing. It's just chill. You know how you like meet up with someone and you're just chilling?
Yeah.
It's just like that.
Okay.
But I chill. This is my second time chilling with him.
But did you guys have like a romantic relationship at all?
We was just chilling and drinking, and then I told him to just let me go home. Since like 12, and then he got physical and started like choking me and stuff. And then I tried to call the front desk, but they didn't answer. And then I called the cops.
Do you have any bruises or anything?
No. Like we was fighting back and forth. Like I pushed him and he pushed me. And then I went into the bathroom.
Have you guys ever had a romantic relationship at all?
The first time we chilled was cool. Like he was cool, and then
so that's
I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The first time we chilled, he was just like aggressive a little bit. But then I got to get away. You know what I mean? Like I just said I want to go home. Like I had school, and then this is the second time we chilled, and then now he was just being like a really aggressive.
I'm just trying to figure out if it's a domestic or not. So have you guys ever kissed? Have you ever had any type of
Yeah, kissed before, but him trying to have with me, he got aggressive.
So he did try to have
with me, and I tried to stop it. He got aggressive. That.
Okay.
Like, anytime he tried to have with me.
How many times have you guys hung out?
This is the second time.
This is the second time? So he wouldn't let you leave. He blocked the door, forcefully held you there.
He blocked the door. He started doing all kinds of stuff.
And
then I went into the bathroom and I called the cops.
And he grabbed
He did something to the door to unlock it.
Yeah.
And then he grabbed my phone.
When officers checked her injuries, they immediately called for paramedics. Her throat was red and sore, and her breathing came in shallow gasps.
Your neck, you
said?
said?
Yeah, he started going crazy. And that's when, I don't know, now the cops, y'all can.
Yeah.
Alright, call the ambulance. We're gonna have the ambulance look at you anyway, especially when you're talking about your throat, just because we're not medical experts, so we just want to make sure you're okay.
But the situation wasn't over yet. The man was still inside the hotel room. Officers approached cautiously, knocking on the door and identifying themselves. He told the man, whose name was Prem, to step out and talk, but instead of cooperating, he shouted through the door, arguing about his rights, refusing to open up. He demanded to know what the police wanted, growing more defensive by the minute. Officers warned that if he didn't open the door, the fire department would be called to break it down, and he'd be charged for the damage.
Can you come to the door?
Hey, it's police. We need you to step out, okay? To talk to this young lady.
Can you please just step out? We just want to talk with you and her.
If not, we're gonna
be on our way.
If not, we gotta break the lock, and we don't want to do that because then you're gonna have to pay for it. We just need to have a simple conversation. That's all.
Cream, come on. We just need to talk with you out here, man.
About what happened tonight.
What happened?
Well, I'm not having a conversation through the door.
That's what
I'm letting you know right now. If you don't open the door, the fire department's gonna come and break the door. And then the fire department's gonna come. They're gonna break the door, and then you're gonna get charged for it.
Charged for what?
Charged for the door.
What I'm being charged for?
I said charged for the door, for them breaking the door. Okay, so then come talk. You're acting like a guilty person by talking through the door.
I know my Fifth Amendment rights.
Your Fifth Amendment rights?
Yes.
What are your Fifth Amendment rights?
Huh?
What are your Fifth Amendment rights?
I need a lawyer here?
You're gonna need one soon if you don't open the door.
For what? For what reason?
Alright, we'll just wait for the fire department.
It doesn't have to be this way. You can just come out and talk with us, so we don't have to...
About what, though?
The standoff dragged on for several tense minutes until finally he said he'd come out.
Or else we're gonna have to break the door down. You're gonna have to pay for the door.
You can break that one if you want to. Break this one.
Yes.
With the cutter. Or you can pull out, no problem.
Kareem, this is your last chance.
Huh?
Can you just come out and talk with us so we don't have to cut this off?
Alright, I'm coming out.
And you can like
You said you're coming out, so come out or I'm...
I am coming out. I violated
Dude, all you're doing is getting a ticket. You're getting a ticket for what she said to you.
A ticket for what?
A ticket because she said that you did some things to her.
I didn't do nothing to her. You don't want to add resistance.
You're gonna get another ticket if you don't open the door. You said that already. Let's go. Open it up. I don't want to hear you moving around anymore. You did enough.
Alright, you're paying for it.
Step out. Let me see your hands.
My hand's right here.
Then step out. Let me step out.
No, go to the bathroom. What are you doing?
Come on. Let's go. Let's go.
Alright, I ain't doing nothing.
Alright, then let's go.
Get your hands on me.
Step out.
Then walk!
Let's go. Come on.
Alright, now
Cuff him up. Yep.
Cuff what? I'm not doing anything.
You're being placed under arrest, alright?
As they tried to cuff him, the struggle escalated. He twisted, pulled, and shouted, claiming innocence while the officers yelled for him to stop resisting.
I'm doing too much.
Stop.
We're doing too much.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Turn around.
Why are you doing too much to me?
You're gonna go down.
I ain't even do nothing to
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
behind your back.
Stop. Get your hands out behind your back.
out. Why are you doing all this to me for what?
Because you're under arrest.
For what reason?
Stand up.
Domestic
Devious assault.
I ain't do nothing to nobody.
You heard that already.
Y'all doing too much to me for what?
I mean, you don't listen. How many times does someone have to tell you to put your hands behind your back?
Stand on your feet. Come on. Stand on your feet. Come on. Come on. You're okay.
Let's go. Well, come on.
Y'all doing too much to me, bro.
No, you're not helping.
We got. Okay, we're past that point. Let's walk.
Dude, sit down in the car.
Why y'all doing everything to me for nothing?
Stop.
But y'all doing everything to me
Step
for
into
nothing.
the car.
Step in the car.
Y'all doing
Let's
everything
go.
to me for nothing.
Be in the middle. Let's go.
Step into the car. Watch your head.
Really?
Watch your head.
Yes, you are resisting. Because look, I'm trying to put you in the car and you're not
Y'all doing
moving.
all this to me for
Get in the car.
Why you doing all this to me?
Look how much strength I have to use to lift your leg.
You doing all this?
Put your leg in the
Just
car.
shut up.
You doing all this?
Put your feet in the car. Shut up.
Why you doing all this?
Put your butt in the car.
Why you doing all this?
As you're actively trying to kick me. Look.
Stop.
all this to me for
Stop.
nothing.
He was placed under arrest for domestic assault and kidnapping, but his defiance didn't stop there. At the jail, the chaos continued. The man refused to cooperate, demanding repeatedly that officers call an ambulance. He claimed they were hurting him, that he couldn't breathe.
All right, come wash your eyes out.
Not all that for what?
You do realize that when you don't listen, that's when we have to grab you, right? So if you don't want anyone to touch you, then just walk out the car. Just walk out, just like that. That's it. Walk out the car.
You happy?
There you go.
Walk out of the car. Come on.
Not all that for what? Dumb as hell. Beat me up for nothing.
Walk over there.
Beat me up for what?
Let's go.
Put your eyes on there.
What up? Call your sergeant. You doing too much.
Yo, relax.
No, I
Relax.
am. Call your sergeant.
I'm telling you what's gonna happen.
No,
all right?
I want to go to
He's the one in charge of this.
I want to go to the hospital. Call your sergeant. I'm going to the hospital. I'm not going nowhere. Could you call the ambulance?
We already had the ambulance here.
No,
we already had him here.
Call the ambulance,
Yeah,
please.
we already had him
Can
here.
you call the ambulance?
You got it on him?
Call the ambulance. Sergeant, I want to go to the hospital. I'm not doing anything wrong.
All right.
Could you call that?
You got cuffs?
We will. Could you call an ambulance?
You need to relax.
I am relaxed. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not going to do anything wrong. Could you call an ambulance?
Yes, we will. Relax.
Sit in the car.
I'm not going in no car.
Get in the
Call
car.
an ambulance, bro. Call an ambulance. I'm not going nowhere.
Get in the car.
I'm not going nowhere. Could you
You're gonna get another resistance. You're gonna get another charge.
call an ambulance?
Stand up.
Call it.
Stand up.
Eventually, paramedics arrived and transported him to the hospital, where doctors confirmed he was medically stable. Once cleared, he was booked on a long list of charges: simple assault, resisting arrest, harassment, obstruction, disorderly conduct, kidnapping, and domestic violence. The woman, though shaken and bruised, survived the ordeal, her quick thinking and desperate call for help likely saving her life. Argument, threats with an iron bar, and then escalation by horsepower. The angry man stops back to his truck, drops it in gear, and drives straight into the shop he was just ejected from. The security camera catches the whole cycle: posturing, disregard, and then glass, racks, and counters folding under a bumper. Nobody inside takes the bait earlier. They are restrained, likely saves lives. Vehicles are tools in calm hands and siege weapons in reckless ones. This is why bollards exist in front of vulnerable storefronts. They're ugly until the day they're the only object between customers and 2 tons of tantrum. Late one night, an officer in Florida pulled over a vehicle that had been swerving across lanes, failing to signal and rolling through red lights. What should have been a routine stop quickly spiraled into chaos. As the officer approached the driver, a 35-year-old woman named Caitlin seemed disoriented. When asked for a driver's license, she fumbled for her purse, pulling out a vape pen instead. Her eyes were glassy, her speech slurred, and the smell of alcohol lingered in the air.
Is this your car?
Sir, yeah.
Okay. I need your driver's license.
Okay.
Oh. What's this that you just handed me? You have any guns in your purse? Okay, then use both hands to get your ID out, because I don't need your vape pen. That's not your driver's license. Where are you coming from? How about what's your name? Do you want to know why I stopped you? Do you speak English? Do you remember what I asked you?
Anything you want?
Well, I asked you for your driver's license, and you handed me a vape pen, and then you dumped out your purse, and then you looked at your driver's license and didn't hand it to me, so that's where I'm at. Is this your car, Caitlin? Hello? Is this your car?
The officer tried to stay patient. He repeated his request multiple times, but Caitlin ignored him, alternating between silence and nervous laughter.
No, thank you.
No, thank you? Okay, well then step on out. Because you're under arrest for DUI. Okay? Do you want to get out, or do you want me to help you out?
The officer informed her that she was under arrest for driving under the influence. The moment he tried to guide her out of the vehicle, the situation escalated. Caitlin suddenly kicked at one of the officers, an act that would seal her fate that night.
Can you stand up? Barely. We got it.
Good. How are you?
I'm lovely.
Glad.
Bring your foot out here.
Oh.
There's 2 of us, see? You're gonna lose all day long.
Is it just a joke?
Yeah. I don't like jokes. I'm gonna hobble. Give me your other foot. We're gonna hobble you. Yeah, kicking policemen is funny to you? Huh?
No.
Well, that's what you did.
I mean, can we take a joke?
Within seconds, she was restrained. The officers placed her in cuffs, explaining that kicking a police officer carries serious consequences, especially when under arrest.
Not good for you either.
I know. So I don't appreciate you kicking at us.
Well,
so now we're gonna hog tie you like a dog.
Anyway.
So now we're gonna hog tie you like a dog. Yeah.
When she began thrashing, the officers had no choice but to hobble her legs, preventing further resistance. You want to act like an animal? One said, then we'll treat you like one. Caitlin screamed for her mother, sobbing uncontrollably as they carried her toward the patrol car.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. No, got it.
That's it?
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
There you go.
Be alright.
It'll be alright? Yeah, I guess.
Go a little bit, like on my wrist, please. It's really hard. Please, please, please. I'm really sorry. Please. Please, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, you're right, please, please. I'm really sorry, please. I'm really sorry, please. I just want my mom, please.
Inside the car, her behavior only worsened. She talked non-stop, demanded to be released, and repeatedly begged for the handcuffs to be removed. As she sat restrained in the back seat, she began muttering strange things, claiming she couldn't breathe, accusing the officers of trying to hurt her.
Please, I want my mom. I want my mom. I want my mom. I want my mom. I want my mom.
Did she kick you or go right between your legs? She miss you?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
She just swung at me.
I want my mom. I want my mom. I want my mom.
You want your what?
I want my mom. I want my mom.
Okay. Well, maybe she can come and get you out of jail. No.
I'm not trying to be bad. I just want my mom.
If she answers the phone for you in an hour, you can go home.
No, I want her now. I want my mom. No, I want my mom. I want my mom. I want my mom. I didn't do anything wrong. I just want my mom.
Okay.
I want my mom. I want mom.
Even at the station, she refused to cooperate. When told to stand up and walk, she mocked the officers, calling them names and insisting she wasn't an animal.
If you tell me you're going to keep kicking, we'll just carry you in.
If you're going to tell me you're going to keep kicking,
you're the one
I'm
kicking.
going to keep kicking.
Okay, well then jump on out.
All right, well, I really don't know how to jump on out without being rude.
Stand up.
Thank you.
Can you stand
I'm
up?
trying to. It's difficult.
Right now, I'm going to loosen that in a minute.
Well, I'm trying to.
Eventually, she was strapped into the restraint chair, still crying for her mother, her voice breaking as exhaustion set in. By the end of the night, Caitlin was charged with DUI and resisting arrest, a chain of events triggered by her own refusal to comply. What started as a simple traffic stop ended as another chilling example of how one reckless decision can unravel into a full-blown nightmare. Two men linger at the edge of a highway lane, one foot on asphalt, one foot on bad judgment, when an overtaking truck swerves toward the shoulder.
Алло, связи снова нету. Этот холод твой игнорит лето. Мечтаю, пролистаю ленту, а ты читаешь, но без ответа. Мечтаю увидеть тебя здесь, мечтаю к тебе лучше без. Я останусь в этом грустном месте. Мечтаю, не смогу закрыть. Полупьяный, полумокрый дождь, и слезы плавят мою ладонь. Не знаю, уже порыл окном, ты не знаешь, как калейдоскоп, ты помнишь мои шаги.
In a heartbeat, they're nearly scissored against the guardrail. The dashcam converts it from close call to a terrifying geometry lesson. Humans are thin, vehicles are not. The space between fixed barrier and moving mass disappears faster than legs accelerate. They live because the driver corrects in, because their flinch is faster than the physics. This is the reason road crews use full closures where possible, and why pedestrians shouldn't treat breakdown lanes as sidewalks. On June 11, 2013, what started as a routine crash investigation on the South Texas highway turned into something officers never expected. Troopers pulled up to the scene on I-37 near George West. One of the drivers was a 43-year-old woman named Silva Patricia Santa Maria. She was behind the wheel of a big box truck and claimed she was hauling mattresses from Alton to Houston. But something didn't add up. Her story kept changing, and the more officers pressed, the more nervous she got. Finally, they decided to check the truck for themselves. Behind a stack of 30 mattresses, they uncovered the truth. 25 people packed into a tiny airless compartment hidden in the truck's walls. Some were young ones, many were weak, struggling to breathe after being crammed inside for hours. The group came from all over: India, Mexico, Cuba, Honduras, Venezuela, Guatemala, the Dominican Republic, and El Salvador. Officers immediately pulled them out and got them medical help before handing them over to Border Patrol. As for Santa Maria, she was arrested on the spot, facing 25 counts of human smuggling. The discovery was shocking, but it could have been so much worse. Just think back to San Antonio in 2022 when 51 migrants were found dead inside an abandoned tractor trailer. This time, every single person made it out alive, thanks only to the quick instincts of officers who didn't ignore their gut feeling. Captured on July 10, 2025 in Cochem, Germany, the day began as calm and uneventful outside what looked like a factory, but that calm didn't last long. Within seconds, a driver speeding at nearly 150 kilometers per hour, roughly 93 miles per hour, lost control, tore through the factory gates and smashed straight into the wall. Early estimates suggest the damage alone could run anywhere between $350,000 and $450,000. One of the scariest things about skiing or mountaineering, in my opinion, are snow cornices, that or getting stuck in a tree, well, head first. The others swiftly move over to have a look, but falling snow and debris block the view down the mountainside. In mountainous regions, snow cornices, unsupported overhanging snow ledges, are well-known hazards that frequently collapse unexpectedly beneath the weight of a person. They pose a serious risk of avalanches and falls, which is why skiers and mountaineers are instructed to be aware of them. High above a canyon, a mountain biker can be seen approaching a narrow, rocky, and steep track in a headcam video. With severe drops right next to the tires, there isn't much room for error on the path. This kind of footage emphasizes the dangers of aggressive mountain biking. Precise control and skill are necessary on technical trails with exposed ledges, steep inclines, and loose pebbles. On these climbs, one mistake might result in a severe fall, particularly if you're riding hundreds of feet above the canyon floor. Next, footage from downtown Fort Lauderdale. Drivers waiting at a stoplight had no idea they were about to witness something shocking.
Check the car.
A Jeep had gotten stuck on train tracks. The group of bystanders nearby tried to help, but when the train arrived, the outcome was inevitable. The collision sent debris flying, some of it close enough to hit onlookers themselves. One woman ended up in the hospital. Her exact condition was immediately released. Home invasions are terrifying enough, but what if the intruder doesn't stay down, no matter how many times you knock them to the floor? That's exactly what happened to UFC fighter Anthony Lionheart Smith. Smith's a guy who's fought some of the toughest names in the cage, but he says the hardest fight of his life didn't happen under bright lights. It happened in his own home. April 5th, 2020, around 4 a.m., his wife hears banging and strange noises in their Nebraska house. Moments later, a man forces his way inside through the garage. Smith rushes toward him and finds a stranger screaming in his computer room. This wasn't some small scuffle. Smith expected to drop him quick. After all, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu with over a decade of pro fights behind him. But every punch, every knee, every elbow, this guy just ate them. He'd hit the floor, then pop right back up, charging at Smith again like nothing happened. Smith later said no human fights like that.
To you, they want to hurt you. They have something, whether it's a weapon, a gun, a knife, a bat. So I'm expecting he has something, and I don't. So I just needed to get to him and honestly do as much damage as I could before I was going to succumb to whatever he had.
Meanwhile, his wife, young ones, and mother-in-law locked themselves in a bedroom waiting for police. Smith knew he had to hold the man off, weapon or not, long enough to protect his family.
My plan, I was just going to do as much as I could, and hopefully my family could get out, or if I ended up dying or from a gunshot wound or whatever, at least he'd be hurt enough that they could deal with it. So that was my mindset going into that situation. And
for 5 minutes that felt like forever, the two fought in the dark until officers finally stormed in. The intruder was 21-year-old Luke Haberman, face swollen, bleeding, but still defiant, until he surprised Smith one last time. As police dragged him away, he turned and said, "Hey man, I'm sorry." Turns out Haberman wasn't some supernatural force. He was a former high school wrestler with a solid record, 32 wins in his senior year. That explained his endurance, but not why he broke into homes that night. Neighbors reported he tried multiple houses before Smith's. He never stole anything, never explained himself. Anthony Smith walked away from that night rattled, not because he lost the fight, but because for the first time he realized that even with all his training, some battles are scarier than any cage could ever hold. On September 3, 2025, an automobile lost control and crossed all 6 lanes of Sunrise Highway in Bay Shore, Long Island, USA.
You can't stop, I wonder. What's that? Have you ever seen the rain? Holy shit.
Sources claim that the 70-year-old motorist launched the Honda across the highway before finally coming to a stop after colliding with an embankment and a slight incline that served as a ramp. Thankfully, no onlookers were wounded and no other cars were engaged. The driver was sent to a local hospital with just minor injuries. Inside a Walmart, a customer using a mobility scooter stacked with groceries is stopped by another shopper who suspects theft.
Stop talking and listen.
I'm allowed to record whatever I want.
No, you cannot.
Yes, I can. I can record wherever I want. What are you talking about?
Just stop.
All right, go ahead.
Why are you in the cart?
Look at my knee, man.
Okay,
I explained to
your
him.
knee.
And it hurts.
Okay.
Are we supposed to give an explanation for why he's in the cart?
Did you have somebody standing on the back of it?
Okay, I didn't realize that though. But I paid for my stuff. I don't steal. And second of all, I wouldn't be on the cart if I didn't need it. Okay. And I'm not doing anything.
Where's your cart?
It's outside.
Where?
In the parking lot.
But the truth quickly comes out. He paid for everything and needed the scooter because of a knee injury, scar and all.
I'll wait and I'll help you.
Can I have my ID? Like, there's no need for you guys to do this stuff. You realize this is like weird.
Okay.
Because I paid for my things. No, I paid for my things. If these aren't able to be used by a person that
I'm not.
It makes absolutely no sense.
Have I stopped you from using it?
You just told me, you just checked me like if I'm stealing these things and I paid.
No,
and you saw my ID.
I'm checking your age.
You think the man didn't check it when I rung it?
How would he have been able to buy them?
It makes no sense, man. Honestly.
If he wasn't 21.
Right there, and it needs to be scanned. So
that was so unnecessary.
Yeah, you're just bothering me at this point. I have done nothing wrong.
Will you call Coach Malik?
Yeah, you should call him actually.
It makes no sense.
Bro, just go, bro. Just go, bro. Just go, bro. Just get out, bro. Let's go.
The confrontation turns awkward fast, and once a receipt is shown, the accuser backpedals, proof that sometimes the only thing stolen is someone's patience. The following footage shows just how unforgiving dangerous jobs can be. From a coal mine in Zhuzhou, China, CCTV captured a worker storing material when he suddenly slipped and fell. Tragically, the 59-year-old man did not survive. Investigators later confirmed that the mine had been operating with multiple safety violations, leading authorities to shut it down permanently after the accident. On September 6, 2025, during the Langkawi legendary ride in Malaysia, what began as a celebration of endurance and passion for the sport turned into a tragedy that stunned the cycling community. Hundreds of riders had gathered for the annual race, each pushing through grueling heat and distance. Among them, one competitor entered the 68-kilometer category, determined to test his limits. But on this day, his ride would not end at the finish line. Footage from the scene shows the moment disaster struck. While trying to avoid another rider, he lost control, veering into the path of an oncoming car. The impact was sudden and fatal. In an instant, a day meant to showcase strength and perseverance became a chilling reminder of how fragile life on the road can be. The Malaysian National Cycling Federation quickly announced an internal review, questioning whether all safety measures had been properly enforced. Were the signs clear? Were the police escorts sufficient? Based on what's been seen so far, doubts remain. Meanwhile, local authorities have launched their own investigation to piece together the exact chain of events. For the rider's family, fellow competitors, and spectators, the questions weigh heavy. Could this tragedy have been prevented, or was it a tragic accident written in the chaos of the race itself? On June 18, 2018, a frantic 911 call came in from Boulder, Colorado. On the line were 47-year-old Scott Jones and his 11-year-old son, Michael. They sounded terrified. Michael's young voice broke through the confusion, saying she's not breathing. He was talking about his mom, 44-year-old Deborah DePinto.
Please help me! She's not breathing! Please help me!
When police showed up, the scene was heartbreaking. Deborah was lying on the laundry room floor, unresponsive. Paramedics rushed her to the hospital, but despite every effort, she didn't make it.
Okay. Are you in the Ponderosa?
We're in the office.
Okay.
We're in the office. She was doing laundry. She grabbed his throat. She started making funny breathing stuff. And
okay. Are you in the city of Boulder?
Yes, sir. Please come help me. Please,
okay.
Please help me.
Okay, stay on the line with me. I'm going to get you some help.
At first, it looked like a tragic medical emergency, but investigators quickly learned this family had deep problems. Deborah had been the breadwinner for years while Scott refused to work. Their marriage was crumbling, arguments were constant, and divorce was looming. Then came a shocking twist. The landlord of the trailer park, who had secretly installed security cameras after a string of burglaries, was reviewing footage from that night. What he found changed everything.
I thought there was some common sense with you.
Well, I thought he knew that you don't remember being in there.
He doesn't know.
I didn't. So that's why he had to tell me.
The cameras had caught Scott and Deborah walking into the park office. You couldn't see everything, but the audio was crystal clear. The couple argued for nearly 10 minutes. Deborah kept saying she was done and just wanted to leave. Scott wouldn't accept it. At the laundry room door, he snapped, blocking her exit and choking her until she collapsed.
What are you doing over there? I'm getting one. Get out of here, this common sense. We're fighting for an hour over nothing. I'm done. We are never going to be together.
You're so cruel. Is that all you got, cruel and mean?
You're getting my way. can't force me to love you anymore. Get out of the way of the door. I'm trapped with you. Get away from me. You make me feel terrible. Get away from the door. You're done.
And then nothing. For 45 long minutes, Scott sat beside her body. No calls for help, no attempt to revive her, just silence. Only later did he pull his son into the scene and hand him the phone to dial 911.
Oh my God. 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 Oh my God.
Please, Mama, wake up. Mama, please. Oh, God. Oh, God. Please do help us. Mama, God.
When detectives questioned him, Scott spun a wild story. He claimed Deborah just suddenly collapsed, maybe from a seizure, maybe a stroke, maybe even took her own life. He even tried to frame it as just a casual conversation about what to eat for dinner. But the video evidence blew his lies apart.
And then we started figuring out, so what do you want to do for dinner tonight? I don't know, man. I'm trying to remember what she said, Santiago's or something like that. And I was like, nah, that's a lot. I don't want that. What do you think? We should go to Taco Bell or something. She's like, yeah, we can go to Taco Bell. She's like, well, I'll tell you what I do, man. Help me with this laundry, because now I'm remembering everything, dude. I had the laundry bag in my hand, dude. She didn't have it in her hand. Or she did, and I said, here, let me take this for you. Rolled her over, dude. I put her arms up just like that, dude. Thinking that was gonna do something. I waited for maybe a minute. Buddy, that didn't do a phone on me. I couldn't find my damn phone. So I went back inside of the trailer. Where's the phone? Where's the phone? I was panicked. I was freaking out. So he came with me. We see her. Oh my God, bro, she's looking blue. Okay? Now after that, I go, man, we gotta call the cops. We gotta call the cops, man. We gotta call the cops. I don't know, I panicked so much, I just gave the phone to him, dude.
You talked about her also having
She had a stroke.
All
right? She has panic attacks. A seizure? I don't know about no seizures.
Okay.
But yeah, the panic attacks, pretty bad, dude. Like I said, we're driving in the car, doing his little screaming. You know how kids scream, all freaking out. And she don't, I don't know, man. I guess maybe I might have overlooked this shit about I want to kill myself and stuff like that. She said it a few times in life, but dude, I just passed that off as junk. That's bullshit, you know what I'm saying, you know?
But she didn't do anything in the laundry room to think she killed herself, right?
No.
Because how long were you guys in the laundry room?
You think she did that? I don't know. No, I don't know. She was in there a little bit before I was in there.
This entire time you're still there with her. What are you doing? Are you looking at her? Are you trying to figure out what to do next? Help me.
In court, the jury saw it all. Scott Jones was found guilty of second-degree murder and child abuse. In 2019, he was sentenced to 49 years behind bars. A marriage in ruins, a family broken, and a secret camera that revealed the horrifying truth. Sometimes what looks routine can change in seconds. Security footage from a building shows people riding an elevator as normal until the doors suddenly gave way. Witnesses reported hearing sounds even after the collapse. It was enough to leave many questioning whether the stairs might actually be the safer choice. Picture yourself merely going about your daily routine when a stranger approaches you and begins striking you with a hatchet. This poor man experienced that when a mentally ill Iraqi war veteran viciously attacked him without cause and then destroyed the ATMs in front of them. Despite his severe injuries, the man lived. Thanks for watching. Stay vigilant, friends.